fettuccine Alfredo? Let's get into it, guys. Okay, here's what you're gonna need. I got ground turkey, I got the fettuccine, I have egg, basil, white wine, garlic, onion, ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, thyme, cremini mushroom. We have some chicken stock, Italian breadcrumbs, butter, and in that container there I've got some fennel, some thyme, some basil, some oregano, and also garlic powder. On the stove, I already have the homemade Alfredo. Now, if you haven't seen my homemade Alfredo video, I'll put the link above. Go check it out and then come back. Okay, so, get a saute pan on. I got the cast iron big saute pan on with a little bit of olive oil. Getting ready. I have the oven on 350. Have all those going, preheating. Now we're going to build our meatballs. So we're going to add the ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, breadcrumbs, Italian breadcrumbs, egg, and that mixture of dry herbs. We're gonna mix all this up. I'm gonna take one small piece, I'm gonna fry it over here and test it out. And then if I like the seasoning, we'll roll with it. If not, I can add my salt and pepper and everything else I need to add now. So always take a piece and test it. I tested out the meatball, everything tastes great, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start building them. I got a little ice cream scoop here, I'm gonna use that as a reference. We're gonna just start rolling these out, line them up on a cookie sheet with parchment paper, and then I'm gonna sear them off. Alright, now we're gonna get a nice sear on all these meatballs. High heat, just getting some nice color. And then we're gonna throw them in the oven. Alright, just a few minutes, we're gonna go ahead and flip them over. Nice color, see right there, that's all we're looking for. And what that's gonna do is add a lot of extra flavor. I have my oil cookie sheet right here. We're gonna go ahead and place these on. I have to do batch cooking. So I'm going to finish off the rest of the meatballs, but just line these up and have them to the side and I'm ready. Alright, so our meatballs are all seared off, looking lovely. We're going to drop them in the oven. I'm going to cook these for about 45 minutes and I'm going to check them. 350. Now we're going to start building the pasta side of things. We're going to start heating up this pan. I want it to be like a medium to low heat. You don't want it too hot because I don't want too much color on my veggies because I want to keep my sauce as white as possible. So what we're going to start with, a little bit of butter. Melt the butter down. Once that melts down, we're going to add our onions to that, as well as our mushrooms. And like I said, we don't want this going too hard. I don't want too much color. I want to keep that nice and blanc. Okay, so onions are about to go translucent. We're going to go ahead, we're going to add in some white wine. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic at this point while the white wine's cooking down. Garlic burns easy, so that's why we put it in towards the end. We're going to just cook out some of that wine. Give it a few minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so right here, pan's almost dry, the alcohol's cooked off. We're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of chicken stock. And what the chicken stock's gonna do, it's gonna help loosen up some of that Alfredo sauce. That Alfredo sauce is really thick, so the chicken stock's gonna make it nice and creamy. Okay, fettuccine in the water, 8 to 10. Add a little bit of salt, that'll help bring out some flavor in the fettuccine. Always stir when you first drop your pasta in the water or it will stick together. Oh, it took the meatballs about 30 minutes. Now, really cool trick, just take a something metal like this. I have a metal skewer, I stabbed it, hold it in there for a second, touch it to your lip. If it's really hot, then you know the internal temperature is at temp and these are ready. Alright, so now we're going to drop our pasta into the pan. I put that extra chicken stock because that pasta is going to soak most of that up. It's also going to help cream out our sauce. And this is going to add a lot of flavor. You always want to put your pasta inside the sauce so it can have time to suck it all up and really take on that flavor. Now we're going to take it and we're going to hit it with our Alfredo sauce. I'm gonna kind of like garnish the meatballs with this pasta. So I'm gonna plate the pasta and then I'm gonna put the meatballs on top all around. Okay, so as I'm plating this, I'm sprinkling in that fresh thyme, and then I'm gonna finish it with the fresh basil at the very, very end. Ah, come on, you know those meatballs are sexy! Alright. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah? Oh, real simple. No, it's not simple. Let's redo it. Thanks a lot.